I'm Jamila Musayeva, an international etiquette consultant, author of etiquette books and pre-recorded online etiquette courses. In today's video, we're going to talk about 7 everyday habits of an elegantly lived life. Probably the topic of elegance is one of the most popular word on my channel. Also in my classes, I get so many questions about how can I live a more elegant life. I don't have a lot of means to spend in order to live more elegantly, and my answer to elegance is always it's so much more than just what you surround yourself in terms of the value of the items. It's so much about your mindset, so much about how you treat yourself and your surroundings. And these things, these habits are not expensive, they're very affordable, and those are the things that you can start doing today in order to live a more elegant lifestyle. Now let's talk about 7 everyday habits that we can easily incorporate in our daily lives in order to live a more upscale and elegant lifestyle. The very first habit that you can incorporate in order to live a more elegant, a more sophisticated life is by allowing yourself a moment in stillness the first thing you wake up. This is something that I find so important as a mother of 2 kids that are aged 10 and 7. They're still young enough to need my attention and that I have to cater to their needs. And so before they wake up, I set my alarm clock about 40 to 30 minutes before they wake up, so I can have those 30-40 minutes to myself where I wake up, I wash my face, brush my teeth, change my outfit. Sometimes I stay in PJs, depends on how I feel. And then I go downstairs, brew myself a cup of coffee, and I have that coffee in this moment of stillness. I sometimes put on a very relaxing music or verses from Quran that I like to listen to. And in the morning, I just have this moment of stillness where I'm sipping on my coffee and I'm truly intentional, I'm truly relaxed and calm before the wake up and the day starts. Because in those moments of 30-20 minutes to myself, I feel like I have allowed myself to be still, to be present. The second elegant habit that you can incorporate that is not expensive at all, super affordable, we can all do it given that we have the desire to do so, and that is dressing up even at home. I said before that sometimes I wake up earlier and I change into a proper outfit, other times I'm in my PJs. I can even have my first few online classes, I'm taking Arabic classes online, I can sometimes have it in my PJs. Those are the days where I allow myself to really indulge into this laziness. I find that the most elegant women I've ever met in my life in person are the ones that always dress up even at home. I think that's the one huge habit that sets apart women that are elegant and those that are not. The third habit for elegantly lived life is definitely curating your words or curating your speech, making sure that you speak softly and you speak intentionally, and that you use enough of pauses when needed in order to stress the words that you want for people to pay attention to or the message that you're trying to convey. I find oftentimes that people that blabber, people that say too much, that do not put enough pauses and don't have enough silence in their speech tend to be overlooked or tend to not be understood in the right way because of the amount of words that came out of their mouth. Very few people really pay attention to what they said. It's very difficult to pause. It's very difficult to be okay with silence. But silence is almost like an exclamation point in your speech. Before you utter something very important, take a break. Give yourself a pause. Silence and then say. Because when you do so, whatever comes after the silence is like a storm and people pay attention to it. The fourth habit of elegant people is maintaining a clean surrounding, maintaining a clean space around them. There's so much awakening or so much awareness, so much clarity that comes from clean space around us that we might overlook when we are busy with our everyday life. And sometimes we feel mentally anxious or mentally stressed without understanding that a lot of it is related to our exterior environment and what we are surrounding ourselves with. We live in a world where we shop so much, we get so many things that we don't even need, and then we get cluttered with so much stuff that there is not enough of space for us to exist. Decluttering and maintaining a very clean environment allows you to also mentally and emotionally cleanse and really have this feeling of elevated lifestyle. The fifth everyday habit that you can incorporate in order to live a more elegant life is by adding refinement into your daily routine activities. Buying objects or using beautiful objects in your daily habitual rituals, like drinking a cup of coffee or tea, or taking a bath, or whatever it might be that you're doing on a daily basis. You can add beautiful objects to that. So instead of, say, drinking your coffee from a plastic cup or from a big bottle of carry-on coffee that you have, so the daily habits that you have, like drinking coffee, can be turned into a beautiful ritual that you have done with really not that much of money invested, but by just taking some time into adding these small little touches of refinement. The sixth everyday habit that you can add to your life in order to feel more elegant is adding a signature scent. It could be your signature scent. I personally love the idea of signature scent. I've been using the same perfume for about maybe 16 years now, 15, I don't remember, but ever since I've been in college, and I have been using it, and I love the idea that I'm associated with a scent that I've used for so many years. And even when people that didn't see me for 10 or more years, when they see me again, they can recognize me by the scent, or they say, oh, you smell the same way as you did in college. I love the idea of having a signature scent. But if you're someone who doesn't feel comfortable doing that, though I do urge to find your signature scent and to stick to it so that people can really have these memories of your scent with you. But if you don't, then adding a signature scent to your home or your room or something about you can really elevate your lifestyle. And the last, but perhaps one of the most important habits of elegant people, both men and women, is the way you take care of your hair and your nails. If there are two things I would think make the most impression when you meet someone is their hair fresh? Is it clean? And the second, are their nails clean? Are their, hands well taken care of? I think those are the two things we pay most attention to, because the hair frames our head and our face, and the nails really speak volume about our general hygiene. Thank you so much for watching this video until the very end. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!